While not an industry standard XLR mic, does the Sennheiser Profile USB mic deliver the kind of quality we expect from Sennheiser? I'm an aspirational voice actor without a ton of technical knowledge, but with a decent amount of mic experience. My name is Jaren with the Hypnotics, and in my very laywoman's opinion, I say yes. By the way, the audio for this review is being recorded with the Sennheiser Profile mic, and the audio has been completely unedited in post-production. For most of the video, I'll be here at my desk with the gain turned up at about 60%, with the mic at, about 15-20 inches from my mouth because I don't have a boom arm. The room I'm in has minimal sound treatment and several windows, so overall it's not an ideal recording space, for audio anyway. But almost any mic can sound good in an ideal recording space, so I'd say this really puts it to the test. But you'll also see me in my portable recording booth to give you the full perspective on quality. That way you can be the judge of if this mic is a good fit for you and your setup. Okay, here's everything you need to know about the mic. Included in the standard set that I have, you've got the mic and table stand, a 1.2 meter USB-C to USB-C cable, a quick start guide, and a safety guide. Sennheiser also offers a more expensive package option, the streaming set, that includes a boom arm and a longer 3-meter cable. The mic is sleek and looks very professional with a black all-metal housing with a metal mesh screen. In the hand, it feels substantial and seems to be made of high-quality materials. On the front of the mic, from top to bottom, is a soft touch mute button, gain control knob, mix control knob, and headphone volume knob. When plugged into a device, the gain control knob has a green LED ring around its base. When the mute button is engaged, a red LED ring appears around the mute button and around the gain control knob. Sennheiser says the mute button is soft touch, and they are not lying. The mic does not pick up any of the sound when pressing it. I just pressed it several times, and you cannot tell me that you heard any of them. If you're going to be using this mic for anything live and will need to mute yourself throughout, your audience won't get that weird click that other mics sometimes deliver when the mute button is pressed. On the back of the mic is a USB-C port and a latency-free 3.5mm headphone jack. You can tilt the mic back about 30-40 degrees, and you can unscrew it from the table stand to attach it to a boom arm or other mic stand using a 5/8 or 3/8 screw. The mic has a cardioid condenser capsule, which I have learned means that it will pick up sound best from the front and should reject sound from the back. On the table, it sits at about 6 inches tall. Sennheiser recommends that you be about 2 to 6 inches from the mic to get the best sound quality. So unless you're going to be hunched over talking into the mic, or you have some other setup where using the table stand allows you to be close, expect to need to turn up the gain while using the table stand and getting background noise. Okay, moving on to my real life experience with this mic. When it arrived on my doorstep about 3 months ago, I was so excited, and I wanted to include my honest first reaction in this video. So I pulled out a USB-C to Lightning cable because I have an iPhone 13 mini, which apparently was the last generation of iPhones to use the Lightning cable. I plugged it in, recorded my cute little video, went back to listen to it, only to realize that it never actually connected. I know I told you about the green LED light that appears on this when it's plugged in, but this was my first time plugging it in, so I didn't realize that anything was supposed to light up. I don't pretend to know what magic happens inside of a cable or what kind of information the different ends of cables can transmit. All I know now is that this particular mic requires a USB-C to USB-C cable. So if you are lucky enough to have a phone that has a USB-C port, you will be able to connect this mic directly to your phone, and I am deeply jealous. Since that day, I have used this mic for Zoom calls, creating how-to videos for work, recording voice acting auditions, and my personal favorite use, solo karaoke parties. For work calls, I don't have a boom arm for this mic, as I mentioned, so I've got the gain turned up at about 60 to 70% on the edge of my desk, a little farther than it is from my mouth now to account for my actual work setup. As I mentioned, this room has minimal sound treatment and lots of windows. The windows make it my perfect home office, but between the distance I have to be from the mic and the undampened environment and the space heater I have running most of the time, it's not great for sound quality. But honestly, it's still better than the built-in mic that is on my webcam, so it's an upgrade for sure. Aside from the less than ideal setup that I'm working with here, I really love having this mic for my work Zoom calls because of the double red LED rings that appear when I've got it muted. I love a physical button, so I much prefer to use this mute button over the Zoom mute button. And having the color indicator there to know whether I'm actually muted or not in view at all times, wonderful. Overall, I have been very happy with this mic. Minus the part where my phone is one generation too old to be compatible. Maybe I'm easy to please, or maybe it's just a really good USB mic. I think it's the latter. The Sennheiser name and design aesthetic make it look and feel very professional, and the USB plug-and-play simplicity and onboard controls make it super approachable to a beginner. Since this is on the higher end of the price range for USB mics, I'd say it's worth investing in or gifting if you're serious about streaming or podcasting or recording, but you don't want to get hung up on the mixing software or additional hardware that's required of an XLR mic. Once again, I'm Jaren with the Hypnotics, and I want to know what you think about the Sennheiser Profile mic. Make sure to subscribe to get all the Hypnotics reviews. I'll see you later.